This is a moment where things are going to change in Portugal, and things are changing, and we notice that. I think that you are in a moment where designing is being part of the process. So it's different from, some years ago, and we have factories and the production looking for design in order to add value to what they do. And I think that it's when you absolutely open a new market, a new way of looking into a condition, this is going to change absolutely the reality. And this is a moment where things are going to change in Portugal, and things are changing, and we notice that people are looking for new design, are looking for quality, and it's an education process also, and it's important that we are on that educational process. They should participate, they should try, they should be taking this as a challenge, and they should do the effort of coming and respond, because it's important to respond. It's impossible to train, it's impossible to be involved. Design Week is something that is new in Portugal, and I think that it's very important that everyone have a contribution, and the young designers should be part of it. And it's very important also that they are involved, and it's very interesting that Lisbon Design Week also invite the designers to have this open call. We all, it doesn't matter if we are young or not young, we have to pay attention to everything that's around us, and then trying to operate with what they know and with what they see, and trying to bring new things by understanding and by being attached to what's around them. The only thing that we learn with time is that we have to insist. We have to keep going. We have to fail and fail it again and do it again and try it again. And this is what is important, because it's the way you learn, but at the same time, it's the way you have an experiences. They have different experience, and you can improve what you do. We have to be attached and interesting in things. So this generates the curiosity that we need to look at things and to try to investigate other things. We always work because we are interesting in the reality. It's a process where you have to work to generate material to work. And so curiosity generates curiosity, material generates material, and investigation generates investigation. And we need to be open enough to work, not knowing where we go, and then realize that sometimes things, they could have an evolution on the process, and the result is almost independent from you. But your generosity on working on the process and the way you open in an open way could create something that it's different and interesting in a certain way. You have to imagine that you have to be really attached to things and be interesting in small things or in important things. Or the more you are interested in other things that surrounds you, the more life could be interesting, because you are possible to touch other things in some aspects. And I like this idea that we have to pay attention not only to the things that are already nominated, like you go into in front of a big cathedral, or you are in an extraordinary painting. Of course you pay attention, but you have to pay attention to everything that surrounds you, because this is a way of understanding the world But at the same time, to being attached to more things, life is much more happier. I mean, you are much more happy in your, and also you bring much more material into your life and into what you do. So I think this attention that we have to have, it's being aware, being interesting. It's fundamental to being creative in the way, because what we do is like we operate with what we know and we manipulate what we know. So we have to try to understand what really surrounds us, to have more material to, reorganize. Not only know in the physical terms, because our knowledge, in a way, it's material, it's material, it's the materiality of things or the proportions or the reality. But in other aspects, what we know and what we need to know, sometimes it's about a cultural background, sort of theoretical background that you also have to have in order to combine things and combine this, let's say, cultural world with this physical world in trying to bring things alive.